And hello! Welcome everybody. How are you doing? Back. Hey there, Siphon, Sora, Yodam, Velcro, RGV, Capri, Cryptid. Hi everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? And Venus here, of course. At least for a while. Hello everybody. How you doing? Cryptid lost their sanity rendering clouds. Yeah, my way seems a bit easier. I just copy paste a photo of clouds. Stream more important than sleep? No, sleep more important than stream. You should go sleep, Siphon. If you are sleepy. Anyway, y'all, how you doing? Today, I figured we'd work on Dreadfarer for a bit. If you don't know, Dreadfarer is a game I'm creating. It is a solo TTRPG, so it's a role-playing game that you play on your own, where you fill out a book, little notebook with your adventures throughout this strange land that's just been discovered in the early 20th century called Lemuria. So it's full of weird, like, cursed artifacts and just like strange areas. Basically, the sort of writing prompts. Like in each of these expeditions, you will go to an area, you will try to find an artifact, and you will face an encounter of some kind. Something will happen, right? So through the combination of those three things, it is a sort of writing prompt for you to write a little diary of your adventures. And obviously you use dice to see if you get through these situations or not. Finishing up your whip, work in progress? Hell yeah. Up with it. Got a new pet fish today, hell yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. Let me show you some stuff I made for Dreadfarer in case you haven't seen it. This is the one we made last stream. It's called the Buried Colossus. It's one of the areas you'll be able to visit. I'll show you some more areas. This one is the Rotting Grounds. It is a forest that's been taken over by some strange fungus. This one out here in the distance is the Wandering City. It is a city completely made of tents, and the inhabitants of the city every night will pack up their entire settlements, will move and take it somewhere else. So it's incredibly hard to find. It doesn't appear in any maps, and they don't generally want to be found. Here we got the Whistling Cliffs. There's some cliffs that are right next to the coast, and when the sea breeze passes through all these little holes, they will create really complex whistling sounds, and they can sometimes, it is said that they can sometimes sound like the voices of people who you've lost. These are the kind of places you'll be able to go to. And these are the kind of artifacts you'll be able to find. This one is the Ashen Mask. You'll find it in the same place as this. And the Ashen Mask is constantly spewing some sort of like dark ash from its eyes and mouth, and it's said to be the death mask of someone who is drowned in a sea of ash. Or you'll be able to see the bloodbark trees, which are, they're called veins of the earth in this game, actually. But yeah, if you've seen the bloodbark trees post on Twitter, this was actually for this game. It's trees that bleed and make you think that you've just killed a person, but their wood is extremely valuable, so their wood would be the artifact here. Or this flower parasites, that you might have seen on the Twitter posts, is a flower that will latch onto you when you pass by, will latch onto your skin and dig its roots in. Not because it's a parasite, not because it wants your blood or anything, just so you can move the flower to somewhere else where it can bloom. Right? It'll grow next to a little creek, and when it's ready to bloom, it'll wait for an animal to pass by. It'll latch onto it, and then when the animal gets to a place that's further away, it'll bloom, and that lets it like expand. Instead of using the wind, it uses animals. What happens if you put the Ashen Mask on? Who's gonna stop you exactly? It's a single player game. You can do whatever you want. That's the fun part of it. Anyway, these are some of the artifacts you'll be able to find. Some of them are man-made, some of them are natural. Depends on the area. There are 4 main areas you'll be able to visit. Technically 6, but 2 of them are locked, and you can only visit them later. The 4 you'll be able to visit initially are Sarah, which is desert themed. That's where you get the tent city. You got Motag, which is mountain themed, and that's where you'll get. I think I showed you one of the areas from there. No, actually, I didn't. You'll get something like this hanging peak. The Sangle, it is the jungle forest themed area. That's where you'll get a lot of these like natural artifacts, like the bloodbark trees or that flower parasite thing. Those are some of the artifacts you'll be able to see there. There, you know, since it's a more natural, uninhabited area, you get more naturally created artifacts. And then you got the area that we'll be visiting today. Its name is Lazarak, and it is a formerly great and prosperous island that had like a really like quote unquote advanced civilization, right? But one day, through some pure luck or by angering something, the entire island got covered by volcanoes that drowned everything in seas of rock and ash. And the only thing that survives is this little mountain here. It's the only thing that was tall enough to not be drowned in these rivers of lava. And that is the area we're going to be doing today. That's one of the areas we'll be able to visit. It is called the White Mountain. Guess what day is it today? Is it your birthday, King? These concepts are cool as hell. I'm a huge fan. Oh, thank you. I hope that you'll enjoy it. The game is. I'm not gonna give a percentage, but it's being like the booklet itself is taking shape, and I don't know how long there is yet. No, I'm not gonna give specific dates because then eventually it'll be broken. But it's coming along. It's coming along, and I'm really excited for y'all to see it. It is your birthday. Happy birthday, King. I request that you give bean pets for me. Oh, there you go. Hey, Bean. That's for King's birthday. Can you say hi? You say hi to King? Hello. Hello. Hi. Hey, Victor. Hey, Maxwell. How you doing? How do you pronounce the Sangle? Like the jungle. It's actually where it comes from. Hello, Bean. Oh, he wants pets. Also, I fixed the bean cam. Now the shortcut works again. Yeah, like Rose said it. Or you can pronounce it however you want. It's a made-up place. That's what's fun about it. Come over. Bean. You wanna hop on? No? Okay. I thought you wanted to hop on. Big kiss. Big Mothman is here. The spider made a web at your doorway at face level. Smartest spider ever. Bean, say hi to chat. Right there. Right there. Right there. Yeah. Say hi to chat. He's looking at my finger. Pronounced London. No, there's actually, you'll find British people in this game. They're like the villains. It's very funny because I'm making this with a British person too. But okay, so the game takes place in the early 20th century. And it does take place in our world, right? This is like suddenly they come across this in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, right? And obviously, first thing that happens is European nations are going like, new land for me. So yeah, there is colonial attempts in some of the areas. It's not like it's one of the things you'll be seeing. It's more prevalent in some areas rather than others, but yeah, it's one of the things you have to contend with in the situations that will arise out of that. Suddenly hinting at your coworker that you hate them. No, I don't. There we go. Shoulder bean. Your water got shut off. Your work has been stressful. Oh my god, Mekto. Gotta relax after this. They turned around pretty well. That's good to know. You're like a pirate right now. I am. Oh, sleepy boy. Okay, so oh yeah, and I forgot to mention the Akara Sea that's in the middle of these islands is also one of the areas you'll be able to visit. Only after you've obtained certain artifacts, but you will be able to go down in a submarine.
Yo, a frijole life for me.
Yeah, you'll be able to take a submarine and go in with like one of these. Hold on. Like this, like the postcard that I made for it. And then there's a sixth area that's a bit of a secret. Can you pull a Heinrich Schliemann? Is that the guy who blew up Troy? You can. You can be an asshole. It's a role-playing game, so you can be as good or evil as you want. There are 20 characters that you can choose from, or just throw a die to get a random one, but you can also make your own character from scratch, obviously. The 20 characters are just like suggestions, and they some of them have like little mechanics that are specific to that character. But one of them is literally a Tomb Raider, like some asshole that goes around stealing stuff, stealing artifacts for money, and who doesn't have much concern for morals. Or you can be like a goody two-shoes archaeologist who just wants to learn about this place and doesn't want to, and wants to put things in museums. You can be Indiana Jones or an asshole or both. Definitely be playing when it's done. Hell yeah. But yeah, you guys can definitely make your own characters from scratch. Or you can just get one of the characters as a sort of base and then just expand upon it. Each of the characters is a fairly short description, doesn't give you a name or anything, or even a gender, so you can use that as a sort of template and say like, okay, I'm gonna play as the cook, right? And I'm gonna write a cookbook throughout my travels. But then you can choose your own name, you can choose your own background for that, apart from what is given. Anyway, today we're visiting Lazarak, which is, as I mentioned, this place that used to be really prosperous until it got completely ravaged in a sort of inferno of volcanic eruptions. It is based on Lanzarote, which is the base for the name as well, an island in the Canary Islands, where a good chunk of it in the 1800s got ravaged by volcanoes, and it is based on half on that and half on Pompeii, right? So that's why the Colossus here it has sort of a Greco-Roman vibe, because that's kind of what we're going with in terms of inspirations for this. Not the area itself, but like this old civilization that existed there, kind of, white marble columns sort of deal. So right now we're going to make this area here. I'm going to read you the description that is in the game. It says, "The White Mountain sits alone in the midst of the black terrain, seemingly the only island to have been spared by the endless flows of lava and rains of ash. On its peak lie the remains of a magnificent palace of marble columns, abandoned by its masters when the island was destroyed and they realized that they had nobody else to rule over." There we go. That's the description you get in the game. So I want like this sort of black terrain, which I'm going to use my own pictures for that. Something similar to what we have here for the Colossus. And just like dark stone, and the middle just a white mountain, a sort of peak growing out. And on the top of that peak, just this enormous ruin made of white columns. You found a spider in your bed? It's been relocated to the basement. You're so kind to them. Anyway, White Mountain. So we have this Photoshop document open. Not by coincidence, because I want to take all the damage and stuff and reuse it for whatever we make next. So I also might use part of this image for the background too, so I'm going to keep it. So I'm just going to save this as White Mountain. Oh yeah, here's the postcard I made for Lazarac too. Each of the areas has a postcard. You'll see it in the book itself, and if you backed on Kickstarter, you can, depending on your tier, there was a tier where you get all these postcards physically too. Here are all the postcards, in case you want to see them. I think my favorite one is the Sangol. Also, a Colorado is pretty cool. I don't know. I like these postcards. They're based on like these old school, like travel posters. Thank you. Oh yeah, also, have you been seeing all the teasers, all the Gravity Falls teasers that I have had a hand on? I'm going to show you this. I showed it last stream as well, but I'm proud of them so far. I'm really proud of the one that's coming out tomorrow too. So I want to show you. So if you haven't seen, there's this account on Twitter called Oregon Parks Department, and they've been posting teasers. Like it's been used like over even since the Gravity Falls days and when the first book was coming out. Now that the second book is coming out, they've been coming back and started teasing stuff related to Bill Cipher. If you don't know, there's a book called The Book of Bill, based on Gravity Falls, that is coming out in just a few days. And if you check this out, you can see my signature here. I've been making these images. So I've been making a teaser per day for this. Here were 9 days made out of bones. We got He's Coming 8 Days. And here's the one that was posted today. It's a pile of litter. And it's all, you read the tweets, it's all like a park ranger, like fake park ranger posting these, like, was hunting for owl pellets to show the Boy Scouts when I came across the remains of a coyote's lunch. Almost looks like a message. Better get my glasses checked. Hashtag forest finds. Hashtag summer fun. Looks like some wise acre has been vandalizing our signage. We'll be reporting this to the Oregon Bureau of Road Sign Maintenance. Road safety is no joke. Hags Fox 12 Oregon. Buckle up. Hashtag buckle up. It said, litter is the bane of a park ranger's life. Deer, bears, and marmots will try to eat your trash. You don't want a deer's teeth to fall out, do you? Which is a reference to Gravity Falls. And yeah, so I made a triangle-shaped pile of litter, like cigarettes and needles. It says limit off for 7 days. So for each of these, I'm making, you know, the days that are left as well. King says, small question about the production of Dreadfarer. I assume, what's the print quality going to be like? What, like, will the book have normal paper or glossy stuff? We still have to do test prints for that. So no info on that yet. Once we have the book like finished as a PDF, we'll probably try a couple different options and see what's best in terms of price and quality. So yeah, no info on that yet. It's probably it'll probably end up being quite a thick book because we're just writing so much stuff, which, you know, it makes for a better game. It's just like more variety of experiences you'll be able to get. But yeah, it's also going to make it come out later and also be bigger. Can't wait to have a nice vacation to the hellish molten lava land. Exactly. Oh, constructive criticism. What you got? Oh, nice. Gardening. I love that. Okay, what can I give you in terms of constructive criticism? I really like this. If I were to give you something, I like the sort of the color of the meat right here, and this one looks really good. One on the ground, I feel like could use a little bit more red, or just a little bit more detail. Not everywhere, because you don't need detail everywhere, especially when it's not a focal point. But I would take this, for example, which I assume is an arm, but you don't really know if it's an arm or sort of some anemone-looking, like, flesh growth, right? So I would define that a little bit more and give that a pass to all these little details. Doesn't need to be a huge dance, but yeah, you know, keep it to the same level of as consistency of detail as this. I think that's what I would do. Or just like better readability there. But yeah, I hope that helps a little. Great stuff. Hey, Cabby. And Rat64, hello. The more the better, indeed. It's gonna be a big book, but I think you guys will love it. I do agree with Maxwell too. That's true. The character, it's a little hard to read against the background. I'm seeing the shoulders especially, because you got this green that's really really close to this brown, and the hair as well. Maybe you can brighten the background a little bit. Try other color backgrounds, might work too if you want to keep just the same. Or you could also change, like make the green here brighter and the hair a little brighter, just to give you some contrast. For example, this blue is also pretty similar to the brown here, but there, you know, the color makes enough contrast that there's no problem with readability. But yeah, the green and the brown here worry me a little bit more. Anyway, where were we? Lazarak. Okay, so we're gonna keep the... Wait, no, we should have a black and white layer. I probably deleted that. And now we're gonna go to my own photos of Lanzarote, which Lanzarote is based on. If you've never seen it, if you ever visit the Canary Islands, this is like one of the places I'd recommend going to. If you got the time, it's a national park called Timanfaya. And look at this. It is literally what this is based on. It looks like a Martian landscape. It's really incredible. Just like even the road going there. Oh, look at this. If you catch a bad day, this might happen. But I wanted to show you like the road going there. It feels like you're literally driving through Mars or something. It's wild. And yeah, they'll do a little like bus tour through this place. Really beautiful. And this is also one of the areas you'll visit is based on this. This volcanic area, this is actually ash that you see there. The ash is actually really fertile. The problem is it's very dry, right? So what people will do is they will plant vines to make wine with. Usually white wine, although they make all sorts of wine there. And each of the vine plants is dug into a little hole in the ground so that it captures the morning dew. There's, it is a dry area, but there's humid winds coming in every morning because it is, it's really close to the ocean. So it'll capture the morning dew, and you don't even need to water these, which is incredible. You're in a place that looks like this, and you can have you can make grapes without watering them, and it comes like since it is grapes that are grown in this like harsher terrain, they gather all their sugars, like they concentrate all their sugars into like less grapes, but those grapes will be really, really sweet, so it makes some sweet wines. It's great. Really good wine, I would recommend. Sometimes I remember, but then I forget. Tends to happen. Drinking ash-grown wine would haunt you. It's really good. If you ever see Lanzarote wine, I would recommend it. Anyway, all this to say, I was in Lanzarote. My brother lives there. So I went to visit him a few months ago. Let me see, when was this? Let me go to my photos. February. I went to visit him, and hold on, I'm trying to find myself as a proof. It's me with my partner oh, where did I go? Here. This is the tip of the island. There's a little island called Isla de Lobos. And this, actually, I think is a picture I had in the background here. This is in the middle of Timanfaya National Park. There's just a little hiking route. Have you ever seen Honolulu Beach? No, that doesn't sound familiar. Let me look it up. Is it a black beach? Oh yeah, I love black beaches. That's really cool. The Canary Islands have a lot of black beaches as well, because volcanic area, but Lanzarote has some beautiful ones. I think I got some photos right here, actually. It's beautiful for photography because it makes, well, this is me trying to capture some waves crashing, like this picture. But it makes a beautiful contrast with the white foam and the black rocks. Oh, this one didn't come out right. Kind of sunset moments. These ones need to be edited because they're a bit dark, but you can see the beach there as well. It's a little bit of a flare. Anyway, let's see. The idea for the white mountain is actually based on these mountains that pop up, and it's better to see them from above here. So we climbed one of the volcanoes. It wasn't this one, but it was at the size of this one. That is like right. It's not sea level. It's like lava sea level, right? If you go above, you can see what used to be a huge sea of lava. And these are the mountains that sort of survived. And I saw these little hills that are brighter than the surrounding terrain, and I was like, that's so cool. That's like, they feel like islands. Yeah, that was the inspiration. Here's another one. Here's actually, the one that's on the left here. Also, one of the beautiful things about Lanzarote is that by law, every house has to be white, pure white. And, because it's a traditional thing that they've done there forever. So now it's like actually like regulated. You can't make a building that isn't white. And it just makes the whole island so beautiful because all the little villages are these like white little splotches in the middle of the dark terrain. It's so cool. Hey Michi. And hey Suzo. We are making the White Mountain from Dreadfarer. Here's the crater of that volcano. This might make a good base for the White Mountain, although it's kind of close to the sea. What do we have here? It's a cool little another black beach. I really like this too, when you see little bits of green kind of pop up from nowhere. I bet that sand is so hot. Oh yeah, when it's a sunny day, you better not remove your flip-flops. Comparatively, how large are the islands? Are you talking about the Dreadfarer Islands or the Canary Islands? Hey UK, this is Lanzarote in the Canary Islands. Here's another little volcano. I like this one because it was really red rock, really like ferrous, like iron, I mean. And it popped out of the black rocks as well. Which also makes a cool contrast to this like green sort of lagoon. I don't know, cool place. How about this one for the base? I would just make the mountain taller and obviously wider, but it is 909. So we got this one, that's 904. They look pretty similar. I like 909 better though, because it's taken closer to the ground. Okay, so we got the raw file. There we go. Oh, Dreadfarer Islands. I haven't really set a specific size to them. How does one spell that? What, Canary Islands or Lanzarote? I'll spell it in chat. Lanzarote. Okay, so this could be a base. Also, what is Mount Rainier? That sounds familiar. That's a cool mountain, but too snowy. Okay, so we are destroying the saturation because we want this to be black and white. Or actually, hold on. I'm gonna keep the saturation on because I want to maybe use the reds to make the mountain brighter. So we're gonna go do color mixer. And we're gonna find... Okay, so the sky is blues. I think I can make the sky darker so that I can make... How is that purples? What does a Photoshop see purples there? I guess Photoshop is insane. Anyway. I guess we can do this outside, this filter. Let's just tweak the exposure. It's probably blue shadow. I don't know. Let's zoom into this. I guess it's purple-ish. It's probably just the atmosphere. Like, it's far away enough that there's a sort of blue filter in the atmosphere, I would guess. Okay, so we do want to make the rocks really dark. Get some nice contrast there. Having it be this, like taking the picture this low, gives us not as much space up here for the mountain itself. So I'm going to zoom in and lower it down a little. That gives us a bit more real estate for the actual mountain. Okay, hold on, go back here. Oh wait, it lost all the edits. That's fine. Let me then select subjects, and it selected everything. Let's see, there we go. That's the mountain. Yeah, do vibrance levels. So I really wanted to contrast. So yeah, I want it to be like really sort of blinding whites. We're taking reality and we're exaggerating it basically. So let's invert that, create a second levels layer just for the sky, which we're gonna darken a little bit. I don't want it to be too dark because I still want the black on the ground to look good, but basically wanted to contrast better with the white mountain. Val playing with exaggerating reality? Okay, let me just look for mountains. I don't want a snowy mountain. I also don't want a mountain that's like super craggy on the peak. Like, let's say this one. I don't want that sort of thing, or this, because I do want to have the palace at the top. So it still has to be like fairly rounded at the top, I feel like. Let's see what we can find. But Valdas is cold lying to Twitter Blue subscribers. I do like to do that. Oh, this one's quite cool. It is snowy, but I feel like it's probably good enough if we put it in black and white and change the levels a little bit. So that one's quite good. Custom Discord role. Hell yeah. Hold on, let me get that prepared for you. Pan. What's Pan? Oh, that hex code is a little hard to see on Discord. I'll let you know. Maybe go a little bit brighter, maybe. I'll brighten it up and you see if that works for you. Okay, let's see. Let's move that up. There you go. Let me know what you think of that color. Zhang, oh my god, Zhangjiajie National Park? Okay, let's see. Oh, those are cool. Yeah. I think I've seen pictures of those. Love to go there. Oh, that is quite cool, actually. But yeah, those have a lot of vegetation, unfortunately. Should you get some coffee? What time is it for you, Velcro? I mean, yeah, we could go that way and have like a few tall peaks and the palace like somewhere between them or something. I don't really know how we do that, but it is one thing we could do. Okay, this one's pretty cool. Bit of snow, but we can remove that. That's a pretty white mountain right there. It's taken from really up close though, so I don't know if it'll work. You're gonna be up for a while. At least 6 hours? We're practically nocturnal. Hey, same. We got some cool mountains to choose from. This one's quite fun shaped. One cup of coffee makes you sleepy. Yeah, some people have like a paradoxical reaction to coffee where they'll actually like trigger their sympathetic nervous system or parasympathetic, sorry, nervous system and actually make them sleepy. Okay, this one has a bit of vegetation, a bit too much. I mean, I could see like a totally snowy mountain, like if it's fully covered in snow, since it's meant to be white anyway. Oh, see you, Suzo. I mean, I could do my local mountains again, but I've already done those. For the orange tree one is one here. That's Pico Riello in Asturias. He's a really far away one. Quite cool. Okay, let's take a look at the ones we got. We'll keep looking if none of them work. That's a bit low, but mountains are pretty stretchable, I've found. You can get away with squeezing them a lot. Like this one, they squeezed a bit. Honestly, like this peak could be just added on top. for a bigger like sense of distance. Because like this mountain, at the end of the day, it's not that far away, it's not that big. But if we get a mountain that feels further away, that feels bigger, where you can see all those tiny little like craggy peaks, I feel like it can work better. You can just sell the size much better. That current one we got on screen. Hi, Bean. Hello, little man. He comes in and he announces his presence by meowing. Hi, dude. Oh, yeah. That's my boy. Hi. Hold on. Got my phone charging here, and it just... Charger just came off. There we go. Thanks. Hey, bananas. What's up, Bean? You want to say hi to chat? Look at them. Right there. Yeah, let's chat. They're all saying hi to you. Little kiss? Little kiss for chat? Oh, he's a sleepy boy. Yeah, his eyes are so pretty. You're a beautiful boy. See you, Capri. Have a good night. You want to go? Oh, no. More cuddles. He's a cuddly lad. Mister? No, you cannot bite cables. Cables are not for biting, my dude. You gotta learn that lesson. Yeah. Okay, come over here. Come on over. No? He doesn't wanna go to his bed. Wanna come up? Yeah, he wants to. Come on. There he goes. Sit your ass down, mister. Okay, where were we? Let's see. Let's try to balance that. He has beautiful fur too. Did you hear that, Bean? He takes really good care of it. He's showering all the time. As a birthday gift to me, I request to be allowed to consume one cable. No, then I wouldn't be able to hear the music. Or worse yet, he could buy the internet cable and destroy the stream. Been really enjoying this music. Oh, do you like this album? It's fantastic. One of my favorite albums. It's a Dwarf Fortress soundtrack. Okay, it's one option. I'm not married to it. Okay, I want to make a group. And I'm going to choose this selection. That's where they'll be able to go. I need to sort of fix up the edge. Up here. Whoa, being careful. Want to play with a toothbrush? Who wants to play with a toothbrush? It's toothbrush time, baby. Hold on, Bean. Do you want to do arts, perhaps? Mayhaps it is art time. Let's see. Let's see what you come up with. Okay, Bean. You'll become the artist right now. Can I give you... Hold on, I need to see. You wait here for a second. I'm gonna give you a blank canvas, as usual. Gonna give you a nice little brush. I'm gonna make that white. And Bean, you're off to the races. No, you don't. You wanna paint? Hold on. You got distracted. Look. Oh yeah, he wants to paint. What's he making? Oh god. Hold on, they got separated. There we go. You just... Bean. You're deep throwing that toothbrush. Oh my god. You hurt yourself? God. It's all slowered up. Hold on. Let me clean out that toothbrush. You just went crazy on that toothbrush. Hold on, Bean. Give me a sec. Okay, you can go. Oh, you're shy now. You're so meek and gentle. Do you not want to go gung-ho again? No? Okay, that's art for today. The artist has spoken. I'm gonna delete this because that was me. There we go. That's the bean art of today. What do you guys think? I want to hear your thoughts. I'm gonna full screen that. Two creatures kissing. No, this deserves to be in a museum. Absolutely. No cable back. Here's my interpretation. I think it might be... Hold on. I think this is Bean with his two little ears here. One of them is caught. Bean, stop that. And he is kissing his little tongue. My hand. You know, these are fingers. I don't think he's very good at drawing hands. These are two fingers. right? But you know how every time I put my finger next to him, he'll kiss it? That's his way of showing love. Don't do it. I think that's what is showing on this in this drawing here. He was just showing love and appreciation. But in any case, I will take a screenshot of this. And I will put it on the Discord. Going wild now. Anyway, you can see the mean art in the Discord. Anyway, we were here. And I was thinking of putting some other mountains just to see what works. What about this? It's a sort of mesa looking thing. Or, you know, this one could work as well. I kind of like the shape of this one better. And, you know, it feels like a big mesa, and you could have the palace on top. We need something else for the downslope here. Maybe one of the others? This one here? Yeah, I think that might do better. Bean, stop that. Come over. Distracting the boy. Come on over. He will not be distracted. Oh, there it is. I won him over. Okay. So if I add this, I still got this little part there, but it's starting to look better. We could just finish it with the actual mountain slope. But anyway, this one looks really white. I think it really sells the white mountain bit of it. I feel like it could use more detail around the center here to make it feel bigger, because it feels like two small valleys, right? It doesn't feel like a huge part of a mountain. Let's see, can we get anything else from here for that slope? Maybe this. Bean. You've decided chaos today, haven't you? He's about to destroy the panels that are behind. You know, those are only pressed on the wall, they're not actually stuck. And Bean likes to destroy them. You got anything to say, little criminal? I don't think you're ever even visible on camera. It's so dark over there. Anyway, let's see. I've interpreted the word. Hold on. Oh. Looks like Sonic and Tails kissing. Bean is in his DeviantArt days. Enjoy your coffee, Velcro. I think I want to add some more detail around the center, so let's see if any of other of the mountains that we got can help us with that. Just a mountain that feels decently far away, with some good crunchy detail. I think that's all we need. I don't know if this one will work. This one might work. I'll flip it though. Don't want the mountain to look snowy, which is one of my problems with these pictures. It just has to look like it's made of white marble or something. It's a naturally white rock. Okay, it has some nice detail, I like it. Oh, thanks for the save reminder. Okay, we got the base here. Now, I might pull everything down. Just to get a bit more space up above. Okay, now we need a palace of white marble, or just something with columns. Something that feels a little bit Greco-Roman. But like not the Parthenon, you know? Let's look for columns and see what we get. Oh, the Parthenon. Who would have guessed? I want like this vibe or this vibe. Like a long lost wonder or something. I would like something that's seen from further in, like, further ahead in the distance. This is meant to be like really far away. We'll see if mixing together a bunch of different columns of different ages and places will look too weird. Hopefully not, because it's far away. So we can get away with some inconsistencies. I think we're running out of columns here. Like these ones with the statues. That's the same but from further below, so I like that. Ooh, that's good. Okay, we got so many pictures already. Mostly of the same sort of thing. We might need something for more of a building rather than just columns, but I'll figure something out. Let me start by doing some rough cuts and start pleasing things. Just basically removing the sky from each of these. Also, Christian cross. Get out of here. Got a couple people here. But at the sizes we're gonna be making this at, that's gonna be like insignificant, I feel like. Oh, this guy sneaked in. Get out of here. Okay. Let's see what we can do with these. First of all, we're gonna group this as mountain below, and then we're gonna take all these columns And I'm placing all these behind. Also grouping all the mountains we didn't use up as unused. Unsussed? No, unused. Right, and now start trying this. That's the vibe. Let's see, if we just smash together a bunch of these, hopefully they'll make something together. We'll see. These would be gigantic fucking columns, but I'm fine with that. We're beveraging it up in the Valdevia Twitch chat. Hell yeah. I got some ginger tea. Ching chin. It's quite good. It's just some green tea with some ginger in it. It's nothing super fancy. It's like supermarket brand, but I'm saving the fancy stuff that until my normal stuff runs out. But I got some really good Moroccan tea that I got from Morocco when we went there. Was it, I think, January? We went there for a weekend since we're pretty close from here and the flights are cheap. And I got my favorite tea ever. And when it runs out, I'm gonna be so sad. No, that's the thing. It's not Moroccan mint tea. It's actually like Berber tea. I don't know how you say it. Berber in English. It's basically tea and just a bunch of different spices mixed in and some ginger in it, actually, among many other things. It's amazing. Berber tea, yes. It's so good. Bean? The heck are you doing? Are you playing with one of your toys? Okay, I thought it was something a bit more dangerous. Okay, this one, the angle is kind of bothering me. Like, it feels like it's being taken from too up close. If that makes sense. I kind of want to have a central part of the palace that kind of rises up. Let's see, I think the angle for this one might be busted. Taken from too up close. Let's see what we can do with it. So for now, my tactic of slapping things together is working pretty damn well. I was not expecting that much. Okay, with some editing, yeah, that works. Okay, we can put this behind these columns. Working decently well. Let's see. For this one, I just want the statues. Let me take this one. I just try with one. We can add the other one if we like that. We got space for it. Maybe that goes at the very top. Although, I don't know, would they use angels as imagery? It feels too Western. So maybe not. From this distance it could be a bird, but... No, let's not do it. See what we can do with this. I can probably go there. Now there are some layers that I want to modify a little bit, like these columns. I want the angles to be more or less equal all over. The ruins extending further down the mountain. I feel like it's very steep though, so you don't really have a lot of space to extend. Like maybe down here could be one place. Let's say we take this one here, and oh, that needs to go over the mountain. Actually under the mountain, like so. Oh, like some have collapsed and fell further down. I like that. If we find some like completely broken down columns, we can try that. Okay, we got to the point where we ran out of stuff. I do like this one quite a bit. It has tourists in it. Oh, hello! Hello, my man! Came in running and screaming. You got anything to say? You got anything to say to chat? Your phone silence. Your silence speaks volumes, you little criminal. Come on over. There you go. Is it time to sleep, Mean? Perhaps. Perhaps it is. Oh shit. Little accident, but that's good. The bean is sated after its hunger for chaos. Oh, thanks for the save reminder. You say where you got the Berber tea? Yeah, Morocco. In Marrakesh, specifically. And one of the million little stores they got for teas and spices. Oh! He has decided to move elsewhere. And this time he's not sitting on my tablet, so at least we got that going for us. There he is, the little man. I was talking about how cozy Bean was and he got up and walked away. Yeah, he's still cozy. It's fine. Cozy is a state of mind. It's a way of life, even. Don't like the angle of this, actually. I'm gonna cut this in twain. I'm gonna have this little bit here and the other part. Which island is this location on? This is in Lazarak. This is the island that's been destroyed in a million eruptions. It looks slightly chaotic as far as the palace goes, but I do dig that. I'm kind of aiming for that. I'm thinking of like Anor Londo in Dark Souls, where it's just this chaotic mess of Gothic architecture. Kind of aiming for that vibe, obviously in smaller. It's not a full city, but keep this downslope. You ever just cut something in twain? I love it. It's much better than cutting it in two. It's like tearing something apart. That's mid. That's boring. Tearing it asunder, though? Now we're talking. That I can do. Is Dark Souls in your inspirations for the game? I don't think explicitly. Like, in this specific case, you could say yeah, but it is one of my favorite games ever, and I love the locations, so it is. I think it's always an unconscious sort of inspiration. I like how this was cut. It actually got rid of a few things, but I could get these stairs back. There we go. Trying to see if this will work by changing the angle. Not really, because it has like columns in the back and stuff. So this doesn't really have like a lot of space for itself. What does that like it? What is this? Oh, it's part of that. There's another cool column here. I just kind of got half of it. Actually, I think it's this column. Oh, see you, Mitchie. Have a good sleep. What about this? Not really. It kind of has the same problem as the other gates. It's too, like, perfectly aligned. What about this? I didn't cut this for some reason. Let's do just that. Remove this little thing from the background. I think we got it all more or less correct. Okay, good night, Maxwell. Have a restful sleep. Okay, I'm trying to think where I could use this. I think in this sort of layer above. The angle's not quite there. Let's bring this down. If I'll make the tower taller. Or at least part of it, right? Like maybe we can have some columns that sort of... What? Some columns that repeats. And they sort of imply a further level up that now does not exist anymore. Oh, Venus switching places again. Exciting developments. Ooh, so comfy. Oh, don't freak out, Photoshop. He is so cozy right now. No kiss. So that makes a central palace, plus a couple other things that kind of snuck in. That's a central building. There we go, a little bit bigger. Thank you, Velcro. Anyway, I think we got the structure here for White Mountain, right? I just gotta fix it all together, make it look good. I think we need a bit more contrast in the sky behind. But we kind of have an issue here. If we just darken the whole sky a bunch more, it's gonna blend in with this floor. But if we let the sky be really bright, it's gonna reduce the contrast with the palace. So we need to figure something out. And what I think I will do is create a soft light layer. I'm gonna give it the same. I'm gonna give it this as limits, and then what I'm gonna do is darken above, right and below. And then we just gotta find a good middle ground here. Right, if we just apply this at lower opacities, it's not that noticeable, but it does increase contrast. And to be honest, I could do something here. We got this, which to be honest, we should finish up here. Okay, so we got this selection, which is the sky and the mountain. And I'm gonna create a little group, put that as the mask on it. And we're gonna have some sort of like atmospheric haze, perhaps. To just make it feel further away. This is obviously too much. I'm kind of exaggerating it first. Feels like something you'd see in Lord of the Rings or Dark Souls. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. Like, not every place you visit in this game is gonna have these vibes, but for some specific ones, like, okay, just to give you like a peek of the mechanics of the game. Each area you visit has a category. So, for example, in Motag, which is a mountain area, the categories can be either mountain, cliff, ruin, town, and the fifth one, which is a monument. All the areas have a monument category. Each of these is 5 places, right? It's 5 categories. No, sorry. 4 places for each of these areas. 5 categories, 20 places, so it's 4 per area. So there's 4 monuments per one of the larger areas. And the monuments are meant to be a little bit more bigger or inspiring, strange. This is one of the monuments. The Bird Colossus is also a monument. The enormous tree stump is a monument. And the monument is where you get some of the more interesting encounters as well. There's a little bit more cosmic horror in those. So I'm not gonna spoil, but that's the general idea. Okay, let's put it all together. The lowest quality thing in this photo is the mountain. So you gotta make sure that the mountain is the same level of quality as like the buildings on top. I think I need the palace to be a little bit more hazy. So we'll fix that up in a minute. Gonna go to effects. We're gonna undo a dehaze, so basically add haze. Now it feels a little bit more glowy. I feel like. Okay, a few things I want to do before reapplying these effects. A little bit more contrast here, because that's gonna be undone. Then I want to take the full palettes, all of it. And I'm gonna add some levels to it. Just to make it a little bit hazier. Or it's even like a little hard to tell where the mountain ends and where the building starts. Then I'm gonna take the mountain. I'm gonna add some soft light to it. bit of shading on here. Don't want to add too much. Okay, now we'll reapply those filters and we'll see what happens. I feel like that's a little bit better. This one felt a little more glowy. Let's see, what did I do to make it that glowy? A bit of that. Thank you. Glad you like it. Hold on, I messed up here. There we go. Okay, that's glowy again. Yeah, it has to feel strange. Like this thing definitely does not belong in the blighted volcanic area. And you know, it sort of feels like, or gives the illusion of what this area might have looked like before it was completely destroyed, if this was the only thing that really survived. It just makes you think, what this used to look like. Anyway, that's the White Mountain. I'm quite happy with it. It's one of the cooler area pieces that I've done. Oh, yeah, it's a pretty large document. Hold on. Let me destroy all the unused things. That helped a little bit. There's some more unused stuff that I forgot here and there. And in the palace, I bet there's also stuff that didn't get any use. There we go. Now it's very light documents. Oh yeah, wait. We need to add damage. So we start with some dust and scratches. There's some dark dust. There's some light dust, which I think I will not add to this image. And there's some like overlay damage. But I might keep that a little lighter. Also move it around a little, just so it doesn't feel like all of them have the same scratches in the same places. Thank you, Bananas. Hit the nail on the head with the vibe? Hell yeah. I'm glad I did. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one in pure grayscale. I'm not gonna add any sepia to it. I've been doing a bit of everything, right? Like this one has a lot of sepia. This one has a little bit. But for example, the buried colossus from the same area does not. Alrighty, White Mountain is done. And we're staying in the same area for a second image today. We are staying in Lazarak, but we're gonna make an artifact that belonged to the same people that are up in that mountain. So I do want a lot of contrast in Lazarak, and that shows in the colors, right? So you got things that are from before the eruption tend to be just white, pristine marble things, but also like very decadent, like from a society that was just, you know, it's just extremely out of touch and decadent and was kind of cruel. And everything that's after the eruptions is just black and full ash and stuff. So, you know, there's a bit of a color thing to it. For example, the Ashen Mask is one of these like post destruction thing, and what I want to make is actually sort of a companion piece to this one, where the Ashen Mask is like dark and messed up. I want to have the White Mask, which is made of marble and kind of contorted into a horrible smile to you know, to talk about the society that was there before the eruptions. So I'm going to tell you the description for the marble mask. Well, first I'll tell you the Ashen Mask, since I guess it is a companion. The Ashen Mask, which we have on screen right now. A clay statue in the shape of a mask, always emitting black streams of soot around itself. It is said to capture the expression of agony of a man condemned to drown in a sea of ash. That's the Ashen Mask. And for the marble mask, the white one, a heavy white mask made of gold inlaid marble, permanently contorted in a grotesque laugh. It appears to have belonged to a wealthy aristocrat before the island of Lazarak was buried under the stone and ash, perhaps used in a theatrical representation or as part of a ritual. Donning this mask produces a dizzying yet intoxicating sensation, making things around you look small and insignificant. So that's what we're making. As opposed to the mask of someone who was condemned to drown, we are doing the mask of someone who might have ordered that execution. Hey, dope. 3-stream streak. So, we are going to the mats. First of all, I'm going to open this document with the Ashen Mask. And because we're going to use it as a base. It looks very weird without the black and white. All right, we have this little cushion we're gonna put things on. There we go. These are just some shadows, I think, so I'm gonna remove them. Okay. And we're gonna go to the mats to look for masks. Let's see what we can get. Okay. Let's look for mask and object type or material. Let's see. Bone. Bone is pretty good. But now let's look for something like, I think clay we can make look like marble, or directly something made out of stone, but that would be probably pretty unrealistic. Got a lot of gold ones. Ivory could look good. Limestone? Oh, there was marble there. Okay, so there are marble masks. The things I learn. Look at this one. If we're going for grotesque laugh, I think this evil looking guy is pretty good. I mean, to be honest, most of the work here is just finding the right mask. We only got one page of marble masks. This one with pan here is pretty good. This one makes me kind of uncomfortable. I like it. It is not even... It says Roman? Modern? They have no fucking clue where this mask comes from. Very mysterious. Okay, let's look for masks that are made out of... What did we see? Limestone was good too. Terracotta will probably look decent as well. Porcelain. To be honest, plaster. Plaster is much thinner though. Got a lot of funerary masks in this case. Ooh, look at this one. This Maya statue. Very scary. Okay, let's see other materials. Limestone. Those are not masks. Most of those are not masks. Okay, we don't have a ton. We have this one. This one looks evil. This one looks sad. And this one looks really angry, but also kind of has a twisted smile. I think if we contort this one into a smile, I think it can work very well. Also, it already kind of has a vibe with the... Like, it's already an old black and white photo, so... The vibe is good. Getting good vibes from this horrifying mask. Let's see what I can do with it. Now, should I put this on the same cushion that the Ashen Mask is on? Let's start with, well, first of all, let's make it big. Let's make it big, Photoshop. Looks like it's sort of melting. So we want to make this one quite bright. Because it is marble, and it is, you know, it is also the contrast with the other one. And I also want to cut out the eyes. Make it clear that you can look through it, because that is literally part of the description. Whoa. It's freaking out. My dude is freaking out. Okay. You ever see Roman Holiday? What's that? I know about the Statue of Truth. Oh, is that the statue you put your hand in Rome, right? Yeah. I like that, I like that. Those are good vibes to give. Okay, Valcro, thanks so much for popping in, for chatting. Have a good night. Or you could not put your hands in strangers' mouths, even if they're statues. Now the statue likes it. You don't get it. It's into it. So I'm trying to make this smile a bit more. But I don't want the smile to look good. I want the smile to look pained. If that makes sense. I want that face to look like it's suffering. Because the description I wrote calls it a grotesque laugh. So that is literally what we're aiming for. The grimace of acknowledgement. Do you make this grimace to people? I think you scare me. Okay. Can we twist the eyes a little bit too, maybe? Let's see. Let's do one that's focused on the eyes. And then we'll paste them in if we like that. Let's see, it looks a little scared now. But I think that's good. Looks pathetic. I think I'm gonna make the mouth bigger. A more exaggerated laugh. Density, more points. There we go. It's looking worse and worse every time. And I mean that as a good thing. Now I should probably take the inside of the mouth and cut it out as well, which not only gives me a little bit more control over the shape of the mouth, but lets the background be seen, so I can actually, you know, make it clearer that this is a mask that you wear, as opposed to just like a little sculpture piece. Oh yeah, and I messed up the eyes, so... That one surprisingly still fits. This one doesn't, but we can fix that up. He's waiting for us to laugh at the joke he just made. It's like, eh? Huh? Get it? Do you get it? It's really desperate here. It's like his 5th joke. At open mic nights. Don't know if the cushion here works. Like, it feels like it's set on nothing. Like it needs something to prop it up. So I don't really know about this background actually. I could use, hold on, just, did I catch it? No, there's a mosquito flying around. I was trying to catch it. I could just use this background too. So that could work. I don't know.
Are you hearing this or what? Is your heart pounding with the beat? Am I getting through to you? Show me what you got. I'm counting on y'all.
do like the original background quite a bit. Obviously it matches because it is literally the background it was made on. So we could just do this and then just recrop the Ashen mask to fit the same ratio, basically. So let me do something real quick here. I'm gonna open the Ashen mask. Let's give that a second. There it is. Might actually do something slightly different as well. Just keep it in regular black and white. And do the same for this one too. Okay, let's see. Let's put that here. That's too far away. We take everything except for that background. There are a couple things I need to fix. But, you know, the good thing is, like, since these two are vertical, I can put them side to side. Oh. Bean movements. Ooh, he's stretching out. Bean, you're so long. Can't even capture your full length, dude. There he is. You ever see the Junji Ito comic about his cats? Yeah, I love that. Nah, I should have it somewhere. My sister gave it to me years ago. I think it might be at my parents'. But I do have that comic physically somewhere around. Okay, I like that. See, I was originally thinking something a bit darker for the Ashen Mask, but considering it was made in the same era as this one, it makes more sense that it would be made of white stone, like thematically. Maybe I'll keep the tongue sort of black. to go with that whole thing of swallowed a bunch of ash when he died. Maybe I just add a little bit more smoke coming down from where the tongue is. And the tongue sort of gets lost in that. Okay, let's put everything together once again. And we're gonna save that. Now we can have it work hopefully a bit better as a companion piece to this one. Although I think I need to darken the background. Why is that a PSB? Hold on. Shouldn't. Maybe because all the smoke layers kind of unedited. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. Do the two statue faces have connected lore? Yes. They're both in the same area called Lazarak. And this area used to be, before it was destroyed by volcanoes, it used to be this like prosperous region. And if you didn't see, they lived in big white palaces, right? I love how Bean gets lit up when we zoom in on this. But one day, they probably provoked something, and their entire island got completely swallowed by volcanoes. So if you look at it now, that's the white mountain that we were seeing in this image here. The rest is all black because it's all been covered in just rivers of lava. And these are just a bunch of volcanoes that popped up. So these are just artifacts from below, from before that civilization fell, and the white mask is meant to represent the aristocrats, someone who, when putting on this mask, as the description says, donning this mask produces a dizzying effect, or a dizzying yet intoxicating sensation, making things around you look small and insignificant. Right, so represent like the out-of-touch aristocrats. While the ashen mask says, is always emitting black streams of soot around itself, it is said to capture the expression of agony of a man condemned to drown in a sea of ash. The black rock with the white city, such a great contrast, thank you. Minifiction of my meat planet. Oh yeah, there's more coming. There's more coming from there. Darkening the background to keep it. I want to keep it sort of similar to the ashen mask, so they can be side to side and look good. And also darkening the background makes the statue look brighter. Is it too... Yeah, it is too large, I think. Okay, so we got a bit more background out of that. I think I might flip it just so we don't get too many repeated bits. And then right in between, I'm gonna go in and manually edit some things so we don't get any bits from the lower layer just interrupting. He's starting to look pained. Good. Oh, this does not reach the edge. Is it the lower layer? I guess it is. Okay, I guess it was just a little bit out of center. All right. So I want to go over the features of the statue and just kind of dial in that pained expression. That's what we're going for. really baggy eyes. That's what we're going for. We got something. So let's go to effects. We got our grain. We darken the background some more. We just bump the contrasts. And I think we're good with this one. Bean, what do you think? Oh, you're a sleepy boy, aren't you? Hello. Little kitty. Oh, I think there's a bit of a long edge here. Oh, Beanie's going back to his little bed. He's really indecisive today. Goes bed table, bed table. The lid of its eyes helps add some depth. Looks a bit melty, yeah. Being buried in volcanic ash probably does that to a guy. No, this is the guy buried under volcanic ash. This is the guy laughing at it. But the guy laughing at it ended up being buried in volcanic ash eventually too. So you are also right. Bit better. Volume. There we go. The marble mask. That's 2 images done today. That was what I was aiming for, and it's not even been 2.5 hours. Good time. We've also updated this one, but I'm not counting that. Really happy with this one especially. I hope it translates well in the book. Because being horizontal like this, it's either half page or maybe we crop it a little, right, and make it sort of full page. But cropping it, you know, remove some of the volume from the image, so I don't know. It could still work as a full page like this, but think the wide angle gives it more. So yeah, it'll probably stay as half page, even if it is a little bit smaller. Oh shit, we got a bot die. Oh, this one doesn't have any damage on it. Been a while since we've had one. It's actually been one yesterday too. So I think the bots are sort of making a comeback. So they're being pretty direct about it. It feels like there should be a filter against that sort of thing, but my guess is it's the same problem as Twitter, where they just Twitch just probably got rid of a bunch of workers that worked in like safety, trust and safety, that sort of thing. And we're probably seeing the effects of poorly maintained moderation on the platform. Just like when Twitter got filled with Pussine bio bots. I assume. But considering they banned my account for showing a picture of a shoulder, and there was no human involved in any part of the equation until I complained about it on Twitter, then it shows that the moderation is a little bit light. If they're at all. If they're letting the robots take the wheel. Almost looks like Minister if we're going for that vibe, so it works. In any case, it's been a bit of a shorter stream, but that's all I had for you today. So I think that is where I'm going to call it for tonight. That way I can get to work on more of those little teasers for Gravity Falls. Look out for those in the next few days. There's going to be one every day, and then there's going to be extra stuff, but I can't show you that. So keep a lookout. There's plenty of art coming, and I can't do that one on stream, unfortunately, but you'll see it every day nonetheless, so it's not a big wait. You neck pervert showing you barebacks. No. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow we will be back and we will be working on the Fractal series. So look out for that. There's going to be more big structures like we did today. So if you like that, you will like tomorrow's stream as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow, y'all. Until then,